Welcome to NAA News, Now News. Here are this week's top stories. So, a noisy cock who lives near Ed Sheeran is given an ASBO.
What, a fucking chicken?
So, a cockerel in Ed Sheeran's hometown, named Rory, has received complaints from neighbours who aren't keen on his daily dawn chores. So, his owner has apparently been handed a notice ordering her to keep the noise down, and as a result, the chicken has been ordered an ASBO. So, I didn't know what an ASBO was, so here is the definition if you're unsure like I was. So, it's a court order obtained by local authorities in order to restrict the behaviour of a person likely to cause harm or distress to the public.
Right. So, this is built into this thing genetically.
I know.
This isn't a choice. He's not waking up and going, do you know what? I'm going to fucking go for it today.
I know.
It's a cockerel, man. He's going to go for it any day of the week.
That's what he does. That's literally
That's what he's built for.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, do you know Ed Sheeran as well? Do you know where he lives?
Yeah.
I think he bought a house somewhere in like, it's not the lakes, but
Rural.
Yeah, rural. But he also bought the entire town.
I think that wasn't that so that he didn't get like noise complaints and
I think
stuff.
he was getting noise complaints, so he bought the entire town, including the pub and all the people that lived there's houses and all that shit. I can't remember quite.
How much money?
Well, remember when we went travelling across the world and just Ed Sheeran songs everywhere?
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough.
he's reached that guy.
Yeah.
Billions and billions of streams.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, she originally received a noise nuisance letter from the council on your birthday this year, the 6th of April. But then 8 days later, she was visited by an environmental protection team.
Uh-oh.
And apparently, though, there is a positive side because 126 fellow villagers are in support of Rory and say that once they shut their window, they can't hear him at all. So the town is apparently an old market town, and it's perfectly natural for residents to own chickens and grow their own vegetables. And Rory's owner says she's owned cockerels and hens for 15 years, but it's only since they've developed new houses surrounding their property that she's started to receive complaints. She's been issued a noise abatement order instructing her to reduce Rory's decibels or face giving him up. So she's now started a social media campaign and is hoping that Ed Sheeran will get on her side.
Yeah, so what's she doing?
So she basically... They want her to get rid of the cockerel. Like, not shoot it. Like, they obviously want her to just give it. They just want her to get rid of it.
Oh, right. So they just wanted, yeah.
But it's never been an issue only since these new development houses have come up. So they live in like a rural village and they've put new development houses. And it's always those fucking people that live in new builds. Sorry if you live in a new build. But my mum lives in an area like that and they are all fucking curtain twitchers.
They are
you can't
super
do
curtain
anything.
twitchers. Do you know about them new build estates? Do you not just, like, I drive past a few of them, because obviously I'm driving all over the country, and I go past the ones that are being built at the moment. Right, you know when they've just finished building them?
Yeah.
And then 5 years after they've built them,
Yeah.
they still have no life, no character,
No.
no soul. You go into these estates, right, and it's literally like fucking Black Mirror.
Yeah, but really, my mum's is a very good example of that. Like, everybody's really nice that lives on a street. Everyone is lovely, like, it's really nice. But everybody knows everybody's business, and I would hate it. Like, obviously I stay at my mum's sometimes, and she has the living room upstairs because she has a workspace downstairs. And it was 9 o'clock and we were watching the TV and she was like, you need to turn it down to like 12, like the volume.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And she was like, because he gets annoyed because he can hear it. And I was like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
just couldn't live in a house where the walls were that paper thin.
Well, no,
Do you know what I mean?
It's these new builds, like everything comes prefabricated and pre-built. It's the cheapest way to assemble a house or an estate as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And the walls are made out of fucking Weetabix. Honestly, they are.
They are.
They literally are.
Yeah.
Like, you know, back in the day, like in a council estate, and you'd be in your house and your walls would be like plasterboard.
Yeah.
Just between your parents and your room.
Yeah.
Well, between each house nowadays, I swear that the tolerances must be thinner or there's fucking cavities that are wider because...
It's just breeze blocks though, isn't it?
Fuck knows what it is, but it needs sorting out, man.
It does need sorting out.
I feel sorry for people that live in apartments that are built the same way, like new build apartments. If you've got people living above you or beneath you, Like you
You're
can literally
fucked.
hear them walking around. Even if they're barefoot, you can hear the skin friction stick to the fucking laminate.
I know, and it's quite sad really because you can never really properly relax, can you? Like, we are like very lucky living in the caravan, but even when we lived in a terraced back to back, we still had that fucking woman that lived next door to us. She wasn't even attached to our house. She couldn't hear anything, and she just constantly rang the police on us. Like, it was just ridiculous. Honestly, I do really feel for people living in like those close quarters because you can't even fart. Do you know what I mean? You can't.